Good morning, Guardians. Iron Banner Mayhem Clash is over, but that is okay. We are 2 days away from the Destiny 2 gameplay reveal, and I am about jumping onto my skin waiting to see that one. Honestly, just really curious where they're going to take this game, if it's going to be a big transition or something closer in line with what they've done here. So we will see soon, but other than that, let's take a look at the activities we've got for the week while we wait for Thursday to get here. For the Nightfall strike, we've got Winter's Run. I don't know if this will be taken or not until we jump in and do this. But your modifiers, we've got our Specialist. So, of course, bring a sniper rifle with you. You can put a nice chunk of damage into that Archon Priest if he's taken or not. Chaff, no radar, so be careful. Keep your head on a swivel. That one's going to be a bit dicey. IronClad, you've got more enemies with shields. And then Exposure, you've only got one big shield and then it's gone. So, should be interesting even if you get to that boss room and then just wipe real quick just so you have a full shield. So, is an option as well. But we'll see how this one goes. I think patience is just going to be required for that last section. Just knocking down some of those shields and just making sure you don't die with exposure. Next, we've got the Siva Crisis Heroics. Pretty good week to run Siva Crisis Strikes if you want to. Solar Burn and Specialist should work really well together. You've got sniper rifles that are just going to be messing up some bosses really quickly. So when you get to the end of strikes, you'll be able to take those guys down quick. Just be careful about those solar enemies and you should be alright. Then we've got the weekly story playlist. We've got an Eater of Hope and a would-be Kell of Kells challenge the safety of humanity. So you've got the Dark Champions, basically the two expansions to Vanilla Destiny, and all of their story missions that they've got to offer. So it should be some fun with Solar Burn and Brawler. Have some fun punching stuff. Should be a good time. For Challenge of Elders, we've got a couple modifiers this week that don't really complement the melee kill bonus. So, of course, you're going to want to punch as many things as you can. Something like Monte Carlo will help you with that. Other than that, you've got Small Arms and Catapult. So your primaries will be stronger. Catapult will, of course, let you use your grenades as much as you want to, but you're going for those melee kill bonuses, not grenade kill bonuses. So use Monte Carlo, kind of get the enemies low, which should be quick with those Small Arms bonuses, and then you can go around and punch everything. So at least if you do that, it shouldn't be quite as hard to get everything low health with that Monte Carlo, and then when you punch them, we'll see how it goes. So shouldn't be too bad. Should be reasonable, at least. One of the more viable weeks. Your bosses that you've got to deal with. First, you've got Noruisk. Of course, the slower one is going to be melee kill bonus against Cabal. I really wouldn't even worry about the bonus points in there. Just use your grenades and small arms and just destroy everything quickly as you can. Then you're going to have two Vex. You're going to have the Overmind Minotaur, which is regular Vex. And then round 3, you're going to have the Seditious Mind, which is Taken Vex. So on those two, you can hang on that right side where I usually do. And I'll show you guys that in a solo on this one. And most of the guys will come over there to you anyway, so you can melt them down a little bit with that small arms bonus and just punch everything. So should be able to get a good amount of points from that one. I think it should be pretty viable if you want to knock that one out a couple times this week. Should go pretty quick. For your last PvE activity for the week, we've got the weekly featured raid. This is going to be Wrath of the Machine. We are finally back here working on these awesome adept weapons. And first we've got the Vosik challenge. And that one is going to be where you have to have the Siva clusters. 2 of them are used to close the doors on each side that you have to hide in twice, and then the third round you have to kill them. So 2 clusters, close 2 doors on round 1, 2 clusters, close 2 doors on round 2, and then round 3, throw everything you've got, and you have to kill him on round 3. As for Aksis, when you are empowered, you've got to be ready to supercharge your team before the other empowered person jumps on his back and basically allows you to do damage. So communication and timing just to make sure you're ready. If he does not teleport to your side, you need to be ready if you're empowered, being one of those people to slam on that plate as soon as possible. Once you slam, your whole team's empowered and you can go nuts. But again, just communication is critical here. Next we come to Tyra, Karn, and her artifacts for the week. Unfortunately, none of these are worth writing home about. You've got a Memory of Fell Winter that unfortunately has Intellect on it, so that one's kind of a waste. You lose your super, so Intellect is totally not going to help you. But you gain 1 extra grenade melee charge, small boost to stats, and orbs grant melee and grenade energy. So stats are okay, kind of makes sense, kind of fun to give up the super and have a double bonus on those. But unfortunately, this one with Intellect on there, not a good stat roll, so I'd skip this one. Then you've got the Memory of Timer, a terrible stat roll. And melee attacks on minions of the darkness have a chance to temporarily turn the target against its allies. So stab them, you have an ally for about 30 seconds. When you're done, or if the whole room's dead, stab them, turn them back. And then finally we've got the Memory of Perun, another not great stat roll. Enemy guardians with full supers and all enemies with low health are highlighted. So like some of those scopes you've seen, the enemies will be a little more highlighted when you're looking at them ADS. So kind of cool, but again, not a great stat roll in any of these, so nothing to really work on grabbing here this week. For Shiro 4's bounties this week, of course, the place to kick off that Thorn quest if you still don't have that one for year 3 yet. Iron Lord bounties are Together We Rise, complete public events. Pull the Plug, Kill Fallen Majors. Again, you can do both of these in Archon's Forge. And for Archon's Forge, you've got Servitors and Vandals. So, not too shabby across the board there. Just go to Archon's Forge if you need to do these. You can knock them all out in the same place. So, very efficient this week. As for Commander Zavala and his bounties for the week, of course your usual Strike Elite, Gold, Silver, or Bronze tier medals in those strikes. Honestly, Siva Crisis strikes have a pretty good run at this week, so if you want to just knock it out, they're going to go pretty quickly with the Solar and Specialist burns. Then you've got Sunrise, of course, Gold tier in that Nightfall before that 30-minute timer expires. As I said, I think patience is going to be the main thing on this one. Just make sure you don't get too far ahead of yourself with that exposure. But Specialist will put some damage into the boss pretty quickly, so once you get there and take those enemies out, the boss should go down fairly quickly. And then finally, we've got Simply Perfect, complete Siva Crisis strikes without any member of your fire team dying to earn those flawless medals. So go in there, keep everybody alive, and just melt stuff quickly before anybody goes down. So burns can make that a bit dicey with random people, but again, find a decent group and you should be able to knock some of this out. Next, we come to the Crucible side of things, and we've got your weekly playlist, which is going to be Mayhem Clash, which is always cool because it's just fun. Iron Banner was actually a lot of fun with Mayhem Clash. I hope they rotate that through more often. So that was kind of cool. Other than that, you've got your 6v6 modes for the week of Clash and Rift. So those will pair up with Shaxx bounties nicely. We'll get to those in a minute, but either way, Mayhem Clash can be fun, and you can use that to finish Shaxx bounty for Clash as well. So double the Clash and all the fun. And of course, to no one's surprise, for Shaxx bounties this week, we've got Back to Basics for Clash, 7 match completions, primary kills, 25 assists, and the ability kills, you can knock those out quickly in Mayhem. And then you've got a game of Rift, so 7 match completions of Rift, 50 primary kills, 25 assists, and then for Runner Stopped. Best thing you can use is just a very offensive super. So something like Golden Gun, Hammers, or Fist of Havoc is even a good one there. And then, of course, Void Bomb, if you can get that on them. Just one quick thing that is a nice, large, powerful thing that you can use for a quick death, so you can be the one that stops the runner and tick that box. So, either way, pretty good way to get those Nightfall tier bounties. Clash is always fun, and with Mayhem Clash, it'll go pretty quick. Finally, we come to the Crucible Quartermaster and his weapon bounties for the week. First, we've got Stopping Power for those hand cannon kills. We've got Ion Victory for those scout rifle kills. Action Reaction Fusion Rifle kills, and they'll never see it coming for Sniper Rifle kills. And the good old standby of Choose Your Moment for heavy weapon kills. If nothing else, pick up Choose Your Moment, because if you're doing any Crucible, you're bound to get heavy occasionally. Now, you may not use Scouts, or you may not use Fusions, whatever. It's up to you. That's just your preference of what you want to play with. But everybody's going to use heavy, so you got to do at least 10 of these bounties for your book. So definitely pick this one up once a week so you can knock that one out. Heavy kills happen eventually, so you may as well do this one. It's the easy way to do it. And that should wrap up the weekly reset. Again, we are 2 days away from that Destiny 2 reveal stream. I will be watching that one like a hawk, and then basically covering and breaking down as much of the footage that I can get from that stream as I can for you guys to figure out what's happening, recap what we know about it, and of course there will be much more to learn in the future. Either way, lots to look forward to on Thursday, but in the interim, the Nightfall shouldn't be too shabby. Siva Crisis Heroics, if you need to melt through those, should be a good week for it. And then, of course, Wrath of the Machine, get those really fun primary adepts, and should be a good week. All in all, Mayhem Clash, lots of fun, good things to do for at least a couple days, and then we'll only be talking about Destiny 2. So, enjoy the week, subscribe to that channel, I will keep the content your way, hit that notification bell, and you guys will know when I get those new videos up for you, like the Nightfall and Challenge of Elders and things. And other than that, can't wait for Thursday. Drop that like below if you enjoyed the video, comment if you have any questions, and I will talk to you all soon. Have a good morning.